Throughout the last 9 months, we've been speaking a lot about 211. It's an excellent resource to find all the other resources that are out there in the community for those most in need. So joining me now to speak a little bit more about it is Joanna Baker. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, so let's start off. I can't imagine any of our viewers aren't familiar with 211 at this point, but maybe you could give us a brief background for those that may not be.
All right, so 211 is this really great service that helps get you connected with the services in the area. So we've got a wonderful team of community navigators whose job it is just to find you exactly the resources you need. You know, all of these services that are available in the community, it's kind of a maze to figure out where they are, you know, how you apply and all that stuff. So our community navigators, it's their job to guide you through that process and make sure you get connected with the people you need.
And one of the wonderful things about that is it's that one-stop shop. But the amazing thing is that amount of resources in the community. Some people may not have realized how much is actually out there.
Yeah, we actually have a database that has over 7,000 organizations and services just for Eastern Ontario alone.
Wow, that's incredible. And as I mentioned, it's that one-stop shop. And of course, 211 existed obviously for many years now, but it's really, the role has really not changed so much as adapted and become even more integral during the pandemic.
Yeah, so we're really thankful for the United Way and the Social Development Council and also the federal government because we were able to get some grants to help expand our services. So we've now gone completely national, which is great news. And also, so you can call us at 211, you can message us online, you can send us an email. But as of 211 Day, which is February 11th, we'll actually have a text option available too. So that's really exciting. The pandemic was terrible for everybody, but it was able to help us expand a little bit, and it's getting people to know who we are.
Absolutely, it's fantastic that you are there, and so let's talk a little bit more about some of the main resources that are out there. So, for instance, January we know is a very hard month in terms of mental health. Again, 211 is there if anybody's experiencing any difficulties and is looking for resources in the field of mental health.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, as of the summer, our phone calls for mental health have really gone up. Our three biggest questions from callers are food, financial assistance, and now mental health as well.
All right, so let's talk about those other ones as well, because we know that January, again, even before the pandemic, January could be a really hard time for those facing food insecurity, but during the pandemic, that's just tenfold.
Oh, yes. We have gotten so many calls in the past year alone. If you look at our stats, the majority of the calls coming in, the biggest portion is for those looking for food. And the thing is, there's a lot available in the area, but people just don't know about it. And the thing is, like I said, it's really hard to navigate. It's hard to know who's open when, where can you go, when do you need, special assistance for it, stuff like that. So we have all of that information and we're looking to tell people about it.
And you mentioned financial assistance as well. Again, that's a no-brainer that right now there are a lot of people that are wondering either where the next meal is going to come from, but also how they might pay their bills.
Yeah. And again, there's funding in the area, but people just need to know about it. So our community navigators are waiting on the lines 24/7, 365 to answer your calls if you have any questions about any of these issues, but also anything else that's really troubling you.
And of course, you just alluded to the community navigators, and sometimes the hardest part about making that first call is just making that call, right? There's pride involved and whatnot. So maybe talk a little bit about that, just how easy that those community navigators do make it once they pick up the phone.
Yeah, so we have a really great staff of community navigators. They are so well trained. They know this job inside and out. Their training consists of over a month before they even see themselves on a phone call. So they're great with dealing with your questions. They know exactly the resources available in the area. So it's kind of a no nonsense, we'll get you to the help you want. And we're really kind about doing it as well.
That's excellent. So reminder of viewers, again, it's as simple as dialing 211, but as you alluded to earlier, there's many different ways that people can access 211 and find out the information they need.
Yeah, so there's phone call, there's instant message, there's email. As of 211 Day, which is February 11th, there'll also be text available. And of course, you can just visit our website where we have all of those resources available to you. So you can look up your own resources on our website.
That's excellent. Well, Joanna, I want to thank you so much for joining me, enlightening our viewers. We know that 211 is such an important service. It's sort of a silver lining of the pandemic that you've been able to get out there and really educate people about your services, because they're certainly wonderful. So thank you so much, and for everything you and the community navigators and everyone else at 211 does.
Thank you so much. And we just want to say, life's tough, and if you don't know where to turn, call 211.